This recording will show you how to take an article that is pre-written for this purpose and put it into this template so that it looks like this. It'll have this at the bottom and it'll have this at the top, the small business trendsetters, and of course the title will look like this. Now some things I want you to notice is, of course, the size of this is if we highlight it, go to our home page here, we can see that it's using the Times New Roman font style, and it is font size 26. Also notice it's not pure black, it's a gray black. The text here is definitely pure black, which we want. This is going to be more gray black. So if we were to go to the text thing, we'd be looking, because there it is, picked it right there. So that's the one we want to use. Same goes for the sub headlines like this here and this here. So that's the format to stay with. Notice there's gaps in between the first paragraph and the next sub headline and then to the next paragraph. And so if we stand back and look at it, you can see that it's relatively uniform. It looks nice. There's kind of the same spacing between paragraphs and subheadings and stuff. And so when you're done, you need to kind of shrink it and make sure that that visually it looks correct, like this does. So let's go back and use this. This is going to be our template, like I said. Now, where is the template? When you go to Dropbox, you look in Customers, and here's the template. There's template magazine cover 1 and 2. These are both the same exact template. The reason I have 1 and 2 is when I go to change like this here and I think to myself, oh shoot, is that, what color is that text, or what size is it supposed to be? Rather than undoing everything I did, I can go open up this one and see what it is. So it's just a way to use as a guide. Anyway, you open that up, and in this case, this is Christopher Carter we're working on. I open up his final article, which is this here, so it's the final one we want. And here is his final. So we're going to copy this into his into this template here. However, I want to do the headline first, and so we're going to make this Christopher Carter. It's actually professional speaker Christopher Carter, and I'm going to put body language expert. The reason I'm going different than what the title is here is because the person who wrote this article was not happy with it, and they didn't really pay attention to what I wanted, and so I'm changing the title a little bit. And I've worked with Christopher quite a bit to know that this is what he is, what he does. So the next thing I want to do is I just need to get rid of all this text. Let's see, I'll get rid of it here and come down and get rid of this. Now notice when I do, this image right here goes back to the top, but that's okay because we're going to put the text above it and that'll push it all back down. So I come here and I choose all of the text, copy it, paste it. Now notice it pushed this down to the next page, but that's okay. We still have to work with it and make it fit. Now, as you can see, the subtitles, subheadlines need to be formatted, and I don't even remember what those are supposed to be. And here's another reason why I saved the other template, so I can go look and see what it has it at. So if I highlight it it shows it's 14 size font Times New Roman. So let's highlight them. Let's make them Times New Roman 14, and also let's make sure that's correct. We're using that one there. Okay, so I used the wrong one here. So it's there. That needs to be centered. And 14 Times New Roman. Times New Roman. Centered. Did I center this one? I don't think I did. Nope. Okay, let's bring this up. We need to bring that down. Okay, now when I scroll down, I see that this is on page 2, which we can't have it on page 2. So we've got to format this so that this is at the bottom. So let's start bringing up some of the spaces. Okay, now that's pushing that space down there, so let's copy that and put it here. We can bring some of that up, take up that space. Oh, the other thing now too, we want it to be justified on the left and right hand side, so I should have done that earlier. So we're going to do that. See, it looks nicer. Now I need to go back and take these, put them in the center. I think I'll leave this like this, because if I center that, watch what happens. That doesn't look nice. So we'll do that. Okay, now we're just about having room for this. Let's see what all we have here. If I put that into one paragraph, that's going to leave a lot more room, and I could bring that up. Okay, that only went to one column. I'm not sure why that happened. I think what I need to do, oh, I know, I'll create a text box and put that in there. But first, let's go ahead and make this look nice. This here can be part of that there, so that leaves a nice wide space down there for. So that said, let's push this down one and see how much room that leaves. That's not bad so far. I want to see if I can bring that up. Bring that down. Actually, can I notice we've got between here and this paragraph here, there's a gap right here. That's what I'd like. That's kind of how I'd like the whole thing to look. But I'm not sure we have the room to put this down there. So let's try this. Here's something we can try to mess with it a little bit. So right after this word perspective, where it's right here, let's go up here and change this to 4. Now watch what happens. See how small that cursor got right there? If I hit enter, it creates a space. And not a big space, only the size of a font 4 space. Let's do the same thing right here. Let's change that to 4. And let's hit enter. So there's some good space right there, and that leaves us nice spacing down here. And notice that this last paragraph here, it's not very even with this one to the left. So let's change that there too as well to 4. As you can see, it's blinking right here next to the Mr. Carter. Let's push that down. Okay, that's looking better. Now, to get this thing here in, see, that's actually a text box, I believe. So let's go put, actually before we get any too farther, let's save this, because a lot of times you do all this work and all of a sudden you can't save it and you spend all that time, so be sure to save it. So let's call it the person's name and what it is, and this is SBT, Small Business Trendsetters. Article back. In other words, the back page of the article or of the magazine cover. Let's call it magazine cover back. And here's what I mean by that, by the way. I look at Christopher Carter. This is going to be the front. That's Christopher Carter right there. So the article we're doing is going to go on the back of this. Okay, now I think what we want to do is put a text box here and then put this icon there. So let's insert a text box. Okay, what happened there? Okay, I don't know what happened there, but I'm gonna change this font size to 2 right here next to getting, and I'm gonna, hey, that didn't work very good. Let's change it to 4 here. Push that down. Okay, we still got that room. Okay. Let's do this now. Is that a text box? That is a text box. Okay, we need to bring this up again. I don't know why that's happening. Now when something like this happens, everything's moving around and it's getting messed up, I would just start over. I'm not going to save all that was just done. So where's the back of it here? Okay, now remember a little bit ago I said you should save it because things happen. I don't even see it. I thought I saved it. But it should say Christopher Carter magazine back. And it doesn't say that. I wonder. I may have put it somewhere else. I'll check. Okay, I did have it saved. I just saved it on my computer instead of the Dropbox, so that's something definitely to be aware of. Okay. Now let's take a view of this, and let's put it 75%, and let's take a look at it. So looking at the page, I think it looks pretty nice. So the only thing we're really missing is we need to cross the bottom here, those as seen on things like this stuff right here. Somehow we need to put that in there. So I'm thinking we might take this text here, which is at 10. Maybe we'll put that at 9 and shrink all this just a little bit to see if that will fit in there. So we'll try that. Okay, that messed it all up again, so I put it back to the way it was for the time being, and I look at it, looks nice, and I'm actually I don't know if we're going to have room down here. So anyway, let's try it. I'm going to put my cursor down here. This is what I have to do for this. I've never liked how they make this text box thing work, but I'm going to empty the stuff that's in there. I'm going to make this the width that I'd like it to be. I'm going to bring this up and see if we can't okay, so that's working in there okay. Now I can copy that and put that in there hopefully. Let's try that again. Let's see if I can center that. Okay, I'll get rid of this down here. Now this line, this text box line, I want to right click and I want to get rid of the line. I don't want to see it. So if I click on outline and I click on no outline, that goes away. So now we have that, and let's zoom in and see what it looks like. I'd really like this to be bigger. Let's see if we can get that under there. Pull this down. Okay, that might work. Let's save. Okay, I think that's certainly workable. I want to get rid of this thing. I don't want to get rid of this page too because I don't want that there. Okay, now again I want you to step back and take a look at it, see how it looks, make sure it looks nice. I think that looks nice. There's good spacing, it's even on both sides. The sub headlines are nice and centered and they're a little bit of a different color. These are black, aren't they? Yes. Now we like to take the first letter and make that a big capital letter. And where do we do that? Can you go to Insert? And it's going to be drop cap. Like so. Now did that just mess us all up? It would appear it did. So we're just going to leave it like that. I like to use this drop cap when we can. Sometimes we may need to take out some of the text, but in this case we'll just leave that. The next step with this is to save it, of course, and then you would upload it and turn this into a PDF. And a great place to do that is this right here. It's called smallpdf.com/word-2-pdf. And you let us do its thing, and so I'm going to stop this until it's... Oh, okay, it's done. Download file. Now I like to open it and see what it looks like, because if it's wrong, which sometimes it is, I have to redo it and try and figure out what's wrong with it. Okay, so this is what it looks like in a PDF. And see, there's that extra page right there. I don't want that extra page. So I need to go back into there. And I should have known better to get rid of that in the first place. So we need to go back into his file and get rid of that page 2. So I'm going to figure that out, and I'll stop this while I'm doing that and get back to you in just a brief moment. Okay, I'm back. I just figured it out, and I just re-uploaded it and it converted it, so I'm going to check it one more time. There's the page, and so it's all on one page. Very good. And that is how we take an article that's created and turn it into the back page for the Small Business Trendsetters article.